Good evening and welcome to this regular meeting of the Frankfort Village Board. Tonight is Monday, September 18th, 2023, and we ask our clerk, Katie Schubert, to take the roll.
Do I need to do? All right, Mayor Ogle?
Here.
Trustee Ledden?
Here.
Trustee Severia?
Here.
Trustee Rigoni?
Here.
Trustee Petro?
Here.
Trustee Rossi?
Here.
All right. Attorney Mahoney?
Here.
Attorney Lamore?
Present.
Village Administrator Pisha?
Here.
Oops, sorry, Chief Chalepis.
Here.
And Clerk Schubert is present. We do have a physical quorum tonight, Mayor.
Thank you, clerk. Would you like to go through the electronic participation
I would.
procedure? Thank you.
Yes, in accordance with the village ordinance, I received an electronic attendance request from Trustee Borelli for participating remotely tonight. Trustee Borelli, we can see you on the video. Will you please state your reason for not physically being present at the meeting tonight?
I'm traveling for work, Clerk Schubert.
Okay, traveling for work. We do have a physical quorum present, so now we need to do a motion.
Need to take a, yes. Can we get a motion to allow Trustee Borelli to attend electronically?
So moved. Second.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on that? Clerk, can you please take the vote then?
I will. All right, Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Severia?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
All
Okay,
right.
so we've authorized participation by Trustee Borelli for this. Now we'll go back to take the roll again. Please, clerk.
All right, Trustee Ledden?
Still here.
Trustee Severia?
Here.
Trustee Rigoni?
Here.
Trustee Petro?
Here.
Trustee Rossi?
Here.
Trustee Borelli?
Here.
All right.
Okay.
And Mayor Ogle.
Thank you, clerk. I'm here. Still here. Those that will be watching the audience, there is a very specific procedure for this attendance, and it does require some other processes, so please bear with us. There has to be actual votes on almost every single thing that we do here. If those in the audience and our board would please rise, and we will say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next item on here is what's called the consent agenda, unanimous consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and will be enacted in one single motion. There'll be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member so requests, in which event the item will be removed from consent agenda and will be considered separately. Is there anyone who would like to remove anything from this consent agenda? Okay, hearing none, can I get a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
A motion by Trustee Savaria, second by Trustee Petro. All right. We'll now go to our clerk, Katie Schubert. I'm sorry, we don't, we got the motion and second. We'll go through the items here too, so. Each of the items that are on the consent agenda, we will go through so that those that are in the audience, those will be watching at home afterwards, will know what the board is voting on. This packet in its entirety is available on the village website as well, so that you could follow along. So the item that was next on there was the approval of minutes from September 5th, 2023 meeting. And now we will go to the approval of the bills and go to Trustee Petro.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight, the total disbursements are $460,434.70. One of the directives of the board is to shop local when possible. So going through the disbursements tonight, I'm pleased to report that there were over 10 local businesses on the list, from local businesses like Aurelio's and restaurants to Ace Hardware, local print and design, Home Depot, Russo's Electronic, and so just important that we continue to pull through that initiative. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Next item on here is a report from the Committee of the Whole, and we'll go to Trustee Savaria.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First item on here is the fiscal year 2023 Annual Comprehensive Financial Report. The Annual Comprehensive Financial Report of the Village of Frankfort for fiscal year ended April 30th, 2023 has been completed. The village is required to publish a complete set of audited financial statements within 6 months of the close of each fiscal year. The report includes the village's financial statements presented in conformity with generally accepted accounting principles. The report serves several purposes, including providing transparency and accountability to the public, aiding the corporate authorities in assessing financial health and making budgetary decisions, and demonstrating compliance with financial regulations and reporting standards. Lauterbach and Amann LLP, a firm of licensed certified public accountants, in accordance with the generally accepted auditing standards, has issued an unmodified opinion on the village's financial statements for the year ended April 30th, 2023. For the past 34 years, the village has received the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting from the Government Finance Officers Association. At the Committee of the Whole public meeting held on September 13th, 2023, Lauterbach and Amann Representative Courtney Moore presented the information from the audit to the village's corporate authorities. It was the consensus of the committee to forward a recommendation to the village board to accept the fiscal year 2023 Annual Comprehensive Financial Report as presented. The motion before us is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and accept the Village of Frankfort's Annual Comprehensive Financial Report for the fiscal year ended April 30th, 2023.
Thank you, Trustee Savaria. Next item on here, we'll go to Trustee Rigoni.
Thank you, Mayor. The Village of Frankfort Code of Ordinance Amendment, Chapter 50, Solid Waste Collection. At its September 13th, 2023 meeting, the Committee of the Whole considered an amendment to the municipal code pertaining to the regulations for solid waste collection. Village ordinance currently prohibits the placing of refuse containers at the curb before 6 p.m. on the day prior to the collection day. The proposed amendment would allow residents the flexibility to place their refuse containers out for collection at 6 p.m. or sunset, whichever occurs first. The village believes that placing containers at the curb earlier in the evening during the winter months will help ensure residents can safely dispose of their waste before it gets dark and still maintain the overall aesthetics of the village. It was the consensus of the Committee of the Whole to forward a recommendation to the village board to amend Chapter 50, Solid Waste Collection, as presented. The motion before is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole, waive the first and second readings, and pass an ordinance amending the Village of Frankfort Code of Ordinances, Title V, Public Works, Chapter 50, Section 50.06, Weekly Collection by Village, to include the regulations that no refuse which is to be disposed for collection at any curb shall be placed before 6 p.m. or sunset, whichever occurs first, on the day prior to the scheduled collection day.
Thank you, Trustee Rigoni. Now we'll go to Trustee Ledden for another Committee of the Whole item.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the next item is a professional engineering services agreement for downtown parking lots. In an effort to increase downtown parking capacity, the village is planning to create 2 new parking areas, one at 11 and 19 North White Street and one at 2 Smith Street. The proposed parking lot at 11 and 19 North White will tie into the existing lot that is part of the Prairie Park development. The existing parking lot, located in the southwest corner of Oak Street and Elwood Street, commonly known as 2 Smith Street, will be redeveloped and expanded. The village's annual budget for the fiscal year 2023-2024 includes funding in the General Capital Development Fund in the amount of $450,000 for downtown parking enhancements, and the village anticipates receiving a DECO grant, which I think is the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity grant, earmarked for downtown parking in the amount of $500,000. At its September 13th, 2023 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed a proposal from Robinson Engineering to perform professional engineering and surveying services associated with the design of the 2 parking lots, and forwarded a recommendation to the village board to enter into said agreement. The motion before us this evening is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and to adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement between the Village of Frankfort and Robinson Engineering for professional engineering and surveying services associated with the design of 2 parking lots in downtown Frankfort at 11 and 19 North White Street and at 2 Smith Street in the amount not to exceed $74,900. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Ledden. The next item on here, we will go to Trustee Rossi.
Thank you, Mayor Ogle. The Jackson Creek Sanitary Manhole Rehabilitation Project. Each year, the village conducts a sewer system evaluation survey as part of its ongoing capacity management operation and maintenance program. As part of the 2022 survey work, 249 manholes were inspected in the Jackson Creek flow monitoring basins 1 and 4 to identify defects that have potential to allow infiltration or inflow into the system during wet weather events. The survey identified 159 manholes that require repair. The village solicited competitive bids from qualified contractors for the Jackson Creek Sanitary Manhole Rehabilitation Project and received bids from 3 contractors. Robinson Engineering, consulting engineer for this project, reviewed the bids received for the project and recommended the village award the contract to the low responsive bidder, Kim Construction Company, in the amount of $411,350. At its September 13, 2023 meeting, the Committee of the Whole forwarded a recommendation to the village board to accept the low bid and award the contract to Kim Construction Company, Inc. The motion before us is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole, adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of a contract between the Village of Frankfort and Kim Construction Company, Inc. for the Jackson Creek Sanitary Manhole Rehabilitation Project, Basins 1 and 4, in the amount of $411,350.
Thank you, Trustee Rossi. And for the final item on the consent agenda, we'll go back to Trustee Rigoni.
Thank you, Mayor. Wells 11 and 12 Rehabilitation Project. At its September 13th, 2023 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed a proposal for the Lane Christensen Company to pull and chemically treat wells 11 and 12 located at Jackson Creek Park. The Byron Jackson pumps at wells 11 and 12 are exhibiting at 40% to 50% reduction in pumping capacity due to both degradation and wearable pump components and loss of permeability of the bedrock reservoir. The Utilities Department is seeking to rehabilitate these pumps and chemically treat the wells in an effort to restore pumping capacity. Lane Christensen Company is the sole source regional representative and service provider of the Byron Jackson well pumps. It was the consensus of the committee to forward a recommendation to the village board to enter into an agreement with Lane Christensen Company for the rehabilitation of wells 11 and 12. The motion before us is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of a Whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of agreement between the Village of Frankfort and Lane Christensen Company for wells 11 and 12 rehabilitation in the amount of $156,896.
Thank you, Trustee Rigoni. Before we vote,
Mayor, I would like to indicate that any of my vote on the consent agenda is a abstain from item C5, C3 of the agenda, the professional engineering service agreements.
okay. Thank you, Trustee Rigoni. We have a motion and a second, and at this time we will go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote.
Trustee Savaria?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Borelli?
Yes.
Okay.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you, Clerk. Next item that we have on here is what's called the Mayor's Report. One of the items that we had on here tonight was, Trustee Savaria went over, was our audit. We have an annual audit. For the past 34 years, we have received a certificate of achievement for excellence in financial reporting. We've got an application in for this year coming up, which would be the 35th year in a row. The auditor, Courtney Moore, came out. They had the actual designation was, I believe this was their highest opinion they could give. And our finance director, Jenny Booth, had worked very closely with them. We're very proud of the fact, the way that we manage our finances here, that the Village of Frankfort is financially sound, that we have a vision for the future, and that the sustainability and keeping the village portion of the taxes in line and intact and providing high-quality services is very important to us. And this was a very significant item that was on there, too. And thank you, Trustee Savaria, for going over that. This week is, they're recognizing Rail Safety Week across the nation from September 18th through September 24th. The state of Illinois has nearly 7,400 miles of active rail lines. It's the second largest rail system of any state in the nation. Every year in Illinois, approximately 70 people die on and around railroad tracks on their property, and approximately every 3 hours, a person or vehicle is struck by a train in the United States. The Village of Frankfort recognizes the importance of rail safety awareness and encourages all citizens to prioritize rail safety during this week and throughout the year. I entertain a motion from the floor to proclaim September 6th through September 24th, 2023 as Rail Safety Week in the Village of Frankfort. Can I get a motion and a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Because we have electronic participation, clerk, we'll go to you for the vote.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Savaria?
Yes.
Trustee Orgoni?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Borelli?
Yes.
Motion
Okay.
carries.
Thank you. We have one more week of Cruising Frankfort. It'll continue next week on Monday night. It's in downtown Frankfort. It's from 5 to 8 o'clock, or really it's until dark anymore now. So they actually did their raffle at 6:30, and I think sundown was at 6:55 tonight. So they'll stay out there as long as you'll be out there. Country Market continues every Sunday in downtown Frankfort. It goes from 9 o'clock until 1 o'clock, and this will go until the end October 29th. Please join our Frankfort Police Department for the Country Market with a Cop this upcoming Sunday, the 24th, from 10 to 11:30. This event's a family-friendly event and an opportunity to meet members of the police force, the people that are keeping you safe. It's good to get to know them, and it's just a really nice event. If you haven't been to the Country Market, which I'm sure most people have, you don't want to miss it. We have our second annual Scary at the Prairie, which is coming up, and that's our 5K costume run and spooky sprint event in downtown Frankfort. It was a blast last year. We had a great time. We're looking forward to even better this year. It's on Saturday, October 21st, and it's at 10:30 in the morning, and the events include the 100-yard dash for the 5 and unders, a 1-mile run for 10 and under, and the 5K, which you can do at any age, and I think there are some younger people that wanted to dominate the race last year, and they did. Online registration is available at raceroster.com. The event also, besides featuring the costumed contest, there's DJ music, we have balloon artists, stilt walkers, face painters, and there's much more. There'll be a few surprises as well. Please visit the village website for more information. And you'll also want to save the date for the trunk or treat. It's the following week. The Frankfort Police Department will host its annual Safety Trunk or Treat Halloween event, and that'll be on Saturday, October 28th, and it's from 10 a.m. till noon. It's in Brighter Green parking lot in downtown Frankfort. We have some amazing things locally here, too. We have 2 Lincoln Way East seniors. They've been named National Merit semifinalists, which is amazing. And Riley, please forgive me if I butcher your name here a little bit. I believe it's Jevietsky, Riley Jevietsky and James Legno. And they were both named semifinalists in the 69th Annual National Merit Scholarship Program. Congratulations to these academically talented high school seniors on this wonderful achievement. Frankfort is between our schools, the athletics, the academics, the outpouring of care for so many social issues and just community service here. We live in an amazing community. And our Hickory Creek girls softball is heading down to state this weekend too. And ladies, best of luck down there. About 2 more items on here too. 2023 school governance recognition for our 157C grade school board. The Illinois Association of School Boards has recognized 157C. We have the board president, Edith Lutz, here tonight. You're one of 43 school boards in the entire state that have been recognized for excellence in how your board governs. Financially, other areas, we're very proud of what the school has done. And Edith, you yourself just received an award. I think it's a distinguished annual merit. You'd gone from being a master board member recognized for that to having this distinguished annual merit award too, which is very impressive. So again, we're very proud of this community and the way that these organizations run themselves, as well as how they handle themselves financially. That is all I have for the mayor's report tonight, and we will go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for board comments.
Thank you, Mayor Ogle. Just a reminder that our next meeting will be Monday, October 2nd at 7 p.m. And as always, residents are welcome to join us. And that will also be our first meeting back to business attire. That's all I had tonight.
Thank you, Clerk. Trustee Letton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just would like to congratulate Jenny Booth and Rob Pisha and the whole team on this year's audit report. I know there's a lot of work that goes into those things, and receiving a clean opinion isn't a small thing, but 34 years of excellence is obviously outstanding. So hope to not be here when you don't get that part of it, but congratulations on doing it this year. That's all I have.
Thank you. Trustee Savaria.
I'll echo Trustee Ledden, 34 years of financial excellence, quite the achievement. And congratulations to Riley and James on their achievement. That's all I have.
Thank you. Trustee Rigoni.
I know last meeting, it was right on the cusp of Fall Fest, but I just wanted to give a shout out to all of our village staff, how quickly you put our town back together. It was within a blink of eye that the outdoor seating was back and we were back to Frankfort. So I wanted to give a special thanks. I know that we had a lot going on after that first meeting, but it was amazing on how fast everything went back in order. And I'd like to wish my son Ben a happy 14th birthday today.
Oh. Well, happy birthday to Ben. Trustee Petro.
Thank you, Mayor. Happy birthday to Ben. And I really think we should go for that Tuesday after Fall Fest as like a Frankfort holiday, really, moving forward. But also just want to recognize Jenny Booth. She just does a great job as our financial director, and our village staff and the board on the continued success around the financial excellence. And as Mayor Ogle pointed out, these are all available online for you to review. It's not the shortest document, but there are definitely some pieces in there that I think all residents would be interested in. And we also talked a little bit about the village percentage of taxes, and you can see where our largest revenue for the village of Frankfort is coming from the sales tax. So I'd encourage you to skim through that. You might pick up some pearls or some education around the village finances. And then excited that run clubs are kicking off, I think, this week. So I know my son will be getting that mile in before school, and really encouraging the kids to sign up for that Scary at the Prairie, wearing the costumes. There's a length that can work for everybody, and if they want to go for that 5K, the more the merrier. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee Petro. Trustee Borelli.
No comment, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Rossi.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Again, congratulations to Jenny and her finance group. They do a great job under the supervision of our village administrator. Also, I just want to mention that if you have some free time Friday or Saturday, Linkaway East Theater Group is putting on cabaret, where many of the students will be singing and performing there Friday and Saturday night. If you'd like to go, get more information at the high school. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Rossi. At this time, I ask if there's any other business on the board. Okay. Hearing none, is there anyone in the public who would like to make a public comment, please? Okay. Coming up.
Hello again, everybody. Anyone who doesn't know, I'm Mike McCary. I'm the president of the Park District. Just a couple of things, as long as take the opportunity to kind of go over what we have going on. Happy birthday, Ben. So I'll make sure I say that first. It's the first meeting I've been to since the Fall Fest, so I really, really want to thank you guys. A heartfelt thank you to everybody for that Fall Fest, and thank you for the police too. It was another successful year. I always enjoy it. Favorite weekend of the year. As far as the Park District news goes, we're all in for fall activities. We just got our camp out at Commissioners Park, 30 families. We have Halloween activities scheduled October 13th and 14th right now. Obviously, all of those are on our website. Anybody can go on the website, go into the Park District, can register for any of our programs. We have our Operation Playground Foundation Pours for Parks on Saturday, October 21st. It's a 21 and over event. Tickets are $40 a piece, $50 at the door. All money raised will go to Operation Playground to hopefully support more opportunities for playgrounds. The Park District was awarded with a Best of the Best award from the IAPD, which is the Illinois Association of Park Districts, and it's our partnership with Jeffrey Lamorte Salon and Spa. For all of their support and sponsorships, they are winning an award for the Best of the Best, and I am very, very proud to be part of that. And as far as the money that we are receiving from the state, we will begin the planning process to utilize the funds awarded to replace Fort Frankfort. We will be reaching out to the community for any planning. So we are taking suggestions, planning. We will start picking out engineers, start picking out planning companies, and then equipment after that. That's it. I'm sure everybody wants to go home. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mike. Anyone else would like to make a public comment before the board tonight? Hearing none, can I get a motion to adjourn, please? Motion by trustee Savaria, second by trustee Petro. Clerk, I believe we need to go to the vote.
That's right. All right, trustee Ledden,
Yes.
trustee Savaria,
Yes.
trustee Ragoni,
Yes.
trustee Petro,
Yes.
trustee Rossi,
Yes.
trustee Borelli.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everyone, and good night.